Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a challenge that just about every business faces, taming complexity. We're going to look at a solution called Nebim V3, which is designed to bring some serious order to the chaos, especially in some of the most complex industries out there.
You know, if you're in retail or wholesale or manufacturing, you know this feeling all too well. It really is like juggling a dozen moving parts at once, where if you drop one, the whole thing can just fall apart.
I mean, think about it. You're trying to track inventory not just in your stores, but on your website too. You're trying to make sure your sales team is in sync with production. And of course, you're trying to keep all the finances straight, all while somehow planning for the future. Honestly, it can be totally overwhelming.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start by talking about this modern business maze we're all in. Then, we'll introduce our guide out of it, Nebim V3. We're going to see how its integrated engine works, do a deep dive into one powerful feature, merchandise planning, and then see how it's built to help you grow.
Okay, so we've set the scene, right? That feeling of being totally lost in a complex maze. Well, now let's talk about the guide that can lead you out. Let's talk about the solution.
At the heart of this whole thing is a concept called ERP. That stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. Now, that might sound complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's software that takes all of your core business activities, finance, supply chain, sales, you name it, and puts them all together on one single unified platform.
And this is where Nebim V3 comes in. It's a highly specialized ERP. It's been built from the ground up specifically for the unique headaches of retail, wholesale, and manufacturing. The whole point is to create that one single source of truth, so everyone in your team is working from the same playbook.
And listen, this isn't some new kid on the block. Nebim has been building business software since 1966. We're talking more than 5 decades of refining their approach. That is a massive amount of wisdom baked right into the software about what businesses really need to thrive.
And all that experience? Well, it's led to a seriously trusted and robust platform. Today, Nebim software is used by thousands of companies in over 40 countries, everything from a single local shop to massive multinational corporations. So, okay, we get it. It's experienced, it's trusted. But how does Nebim V3 actually pull all those disconnected pieces of a business together? Let's take a look at what this integrated engine actually looks like when you put it to work.
You know, the best way to think about it is like a central operating system for your entire company. It's the hub that connects every central function, making sure they're all talking to each other and working together instead of being stuck in their own little silos.
And as you can see here, this breaks down those core functions. You've got everything from product management and CRM all the way to warehouse management and finance. But the real magic here isn't the list itself. It's that these things are all connected. Information just flows between them. That means your sales team knows exactly what's in the warehouse, and your finance team could see the impact of a new promotion in real time. No more chasing down spreadsheets.
Now, the platform is obviously huge. So to really get a feel for its power, let's zoom in on one absolutely critical area for any retailer or manufacturer, merchandise planning. This is really where strategy meets execution.
Let's be honest, getting your merchandise planning right is pretty much the difference between success and failure. Great planning means you have the right products in the right place at the right time. That means no lost sales from being out of stock and no wasted money from having way too much.
What Nebim V3 does is take this incredibly complex process and make it manageable. It breaks it all down into 3 clear, logical phases: the channel plan, the category plan, and the range plan.
So everything kicks off with the channel plan. Think of this as your 30,000-foot view. This is where you set those big, high-level sales and budget goals for each of your channels, your physical stores, your wholesale partners, your e-commerce site, and anything else you've got going on.
Okay, next up, you dive a little deeper with the category plan. Here, you take those big channel goals and you start breaking them down by product category. How much do you want to sell in tops versus bottoms? What are the target profit margins for each? This is where you start getting really strategic with your budget.
And finally, we get to the most granular, most detailed step, the range plan. This is where you zoom all the way in to the individual product level. We're talking about planning the price, the quantity, and the store allocation for every single item, and tracking its entire life from the moment it launches till the moment it's sold out.
Look, a solution that solves today's problems is great, but what about tomorrow's? The biggest challenge for any growing business is finding tools that can actually grow with it. So let's talk about growth.
Nebim V3 is designed from the ground up to be a long-term partner, not just a quick fix. It's modular, which means you can start with just the pieces you need right now and add more later. It's scalable, so it can support you from your very first store to a massive global operation. And it integrates easily with all the other tools you already rely on. And the difference this makes is, well, it's night and day. You move away from these old, static systems with their siloed data where you're always looking in the rearview mirror. Instead, you get a dynamic ERP. You get real-time dashboards that let you be proactive, making decisions based on what's happening right now, not what happened 3 months ago.
So really, the big takeaway is this. An ERP system like Nebim V3 shouldn't just be a tool you use to manage your day-to-day. The real goal is to turn it into your company's most powerful asset, a genuine engine for strategic growth. And we'll just leave you with one final question to think about. When you look at your own business, is your data helping you navigate the maze and drive real growth? Or is it just another part of the problem, holding you back?